Good morning. So I just wanted to do a quick update on my twin Anker F3000s with the bi-directional inlet boxes, hooked up to my home panel with expansion batteries and 12 400 watt solar panels, so 4,800 watts of solar. Um, it's been 1 month, and to be fair, the first week of that month, I didn't have the solar panels hooked up. I just had the two F3000s hooked up to my power panels, so they were just charging off peak, discharging on peak. And then by that second week, I had 8 of the solar panels hooked up. Third week, I had all 12, and that third week also, I got the two expansion batteries, one for each. So it's a total of 12 kilowatt hours, the whole system. Obviously, my solar panel setup, as the sun continues to change for the seasons, I'm now noticing that I need to spread out my two rows a little bit because one's casting a shadow on the other. But some minor modifications and stuff like that. But so far, I'll bring up my utility bills, but I've seen a significant reduction in my on-peak usage and a slight reduction in my off-peak usage as well. My bill went, I have to adjust it because my rates last year were much lower than they are this year. But if last year my rates were the same, my bill would have been around $250 this month, based on what I used for the month of October in 2024. And for the month of October in 2025, my bill was around $86. So that's a significant reduction. I will now show you the bill information. Okay, so I just wanted to show my bill comparison real quick. This is for October to November of 2024. This is my bill. And as you can see here, my on-peak kilowatt hour usage was 255. And my off-peak kilowatt hour usage was 457. Now, real quick, we'll go to my bill for this most recent October, and you can see my on-peak kilowatt hour usage was just 43, down from 255, and my off-peak usage was 576, which is up from 457 this time last year, which makes sense because I'm charging the batteries off peak. A lot of days I noticed the batteries would stay relatively charged all day while the sun's shining, and then they would only be down to like 60 or 65% by the time it switched back to off peak. So they're not charging that full 12 kilowatt hours every day. They're charging only a portion of that, unless it was a cloudy, rainy day or something like that, and the batteries got drained all the way down, or I was running the oven and decided to do some laundry on peak or something like that. That really drained them down. But most days they stayed fairly charged. It would be 2 or 3 o'clock, and I'd still be at like 90 or 100%, just because the solar panels are hitting it with so much power. So there's a quick bill comparison. I also wanted to show a quick live view of the app while it was actually sunny out today. It's only 8:25 in the morning, but as you can see, I'm already getting 740 something watts of solar, and my home load is 322, 311 watts. It's changing. You can see if you click on any of these, it'll show you, your distribution, getting 358 on my one and 385 on the other F3000. And then the home load, you can see, L1's got 160 watts, L2's got 150 watts currently, and then because my solar input is greater than my home load currently, I'm charging the batteries at 419 watts. You can see I'm charging the first one at 193 watts and the one responsible for L2 at 216 watts. You can and then you can, drill down in each of these, see the temperature, see the expansion battery temperature, stuff like that. And the way that the Anker F3000 and its expansion battery work is they actually equalize. So it's not that it drains down the expansion battery from 100 to 0 and then starts working on the main battery. When you first plug them in, they run through an equalizing stage to get to the same percentage. And then once they're at that same percentage, they stay relatively the same. So like you can see the main battery is at 93% and they're 92% now, and the other batteries at 95%. They stay pretty close to each other. And yeah, you can see like DC input right now is 350 or 346 watts, whatever. Yeah, so pretty cool. So far, I've produced 263 kilowatt hours of solar. And again, I haven't had all 12 solar panels hooked up for a month yet. I've only had all 12 hooked up probably for 2 weeks, and then maybe 3 weeks at this point. And the week before that was just 8 of them, and then before that none. So you could see my day usage for the week. So, it's only Tuesday. Let's see for last week. Say for last week on Sunday I did like 5 loads of laundry, and I was running the hot tub and all that stuff. So my Sunday usage was pretty high. That was all off peak anyways, but even including that, the F3000 and the solar panels generated 30% of my total power usage for last week and 39% for the previous week. And if you look for the entire month, so far for November, it's 3070. And yeah, for the month of October, it was 3169. And that's including all of my off-peak usage. So really, I'm, over 30% of my total power for the month came from the F3000 setup. And almost all of my peak power came from the F3000. It was pretty great. One quick thing I forgot to mention in my calculations of how much I saved year over year is that last year I didn't have a hot tub, and this year I do. So that obviously significantly increased my usage this year. And in spite of that, my peak usage still went down significantly. To be fair, I don't keep it hot during peak hours. I usually raise the temperature off peak. But it still has some heating cycle and pump runtime several hours a day for the filters and stuff like that. Running a couple horsepower pump, and I've seen it be like 2,500 or 3,000 watts for over an hour just running those pumps on peak because it's on a timer, and there's nothing that I can really do about that. So that is added to it. So even with that included, it's still saving significantly. And last thing, I just wanted to show what the units look like with their expansion batteries. Pretty beefy, but still relatively small footprint. And you can see on each, they have like a little indicator of their charge level. It's obviously pretty full right now, 93%. Solar inputs, 343 watts. And then on this one, also full. And you can see solar inputs, 304 watts. So pretty cool. Pretty nice setup. I think now that I've had them for a month and I see how well it's working, I am going to, tidy up all my PV wires and put them in a nice conduit and bury them and everything. So it'll be more permanent, less likely to fail. And this should be a good setup for a long time. I think these are going to last for a while. They don't really get warm or anything. They don't make any noise. They just sit over here and save me money. So pretty cool. I would definitely recommend it to anybody who has that upfront little bit of money. So